Serious, what's something you thought only existed in porn but actually experienced in real life? Well, as a former pool boy, you do in fact cross really lonely housewives who will try to have sex with you. Ahem. Continue. I could write a book, haha. Short paragraphs will do, kind sir. Laboratory sex. Professor's office sex. I can't believe how absurd my life was when I was undiagnosed and high all the time. To this day I maintain the easiest path to a threesome is being the guy who brings the coke. Don't do that, though. Much less misery in staying clean. I have a feeling that coke in this context doesn't mean Coca-Cola. That's the secret, though. The trick to unlimited sexual deviance is simply a 2-liter of coke. It hides in plain sight with the ambiguity of being either a stimulant or a synthetic gastrointestinal wrecking ball. But that sweet high fructose corn syrup will make anybody 130% horny at the mere thought of a curvaceous bottle of brown bubbles. Some women enjoying being drenched in kummersure. I still don't get it. By the way, zero appeal to me personally. Totally relatable. I had an ex who loved it when I would come inside her, which I equally enjoyed. Then she would say, "Do you like watching your cum drip out of me?" No. My ex-wife was like that. She absolutely loved it. The more the merrier. Well, I didn't personally experience it. But when I was working as a pizza delivery driver part-time, we had a driver come back and tell us that a girl tried that. My boyfriend didn't leave me any money. Maybe we can work something out. Bit on high, monsieur. We joked about it for a bit. I asked him why he didn't accept and he said, "Dude, she had like 3 teeth. It was a delivery to a pretty shady rent-by-the-week motel that was eventually shut down by the city as a nuisance business." So I'm inclined to believe he was 100% on the level. In all seriousness, having a plumber, repairman show up and do exactly what I call him to do, being fucked while the guy is standing and holding you up. The average male doesn't have the stamina or upper strength to do this to completion. Unless the woman is a twig. I've done this and I'm not in that great of shape. You just need a solid stance. That just looks painful lol. Haha, it was a lot of fun. Fisting. I honestly thought people only did that in porn. The French paradise for fist fucking is nationwide known and called La Fistinière. They even made a documentary about it. If you have time to waste. Very informative. Disclaimer. No sexual content. Just the place and testimonials. Sounds like a nice place to stay for a weekend. Anal sex. I thought it was just for porn because every girl ever told me. Until one asked me for it. But damn. Hell yeah? Squirting. That was a new one for me. The first time it happened I was like, wait, this is for real. Me too. It scared me at first, but then I realized what happened and felt like a king. Right on the money. I wonder if I can make this happen over and over again. Yeah, same here. Except I was 17 and it was 16 years ago in my truck and porn wasn't near as common. I had no clue what happened and she freaked out. It hit me in the face. Not because it was aimed that way but because her vagina was pointed at my closed truck window and it hit the window and splashed in my face. To be a kid again. Girls that moan while sucking dick. I always thought it was just a porn thing to turn on the viewer until it happened to me and kinda weirded me out. Like, did she really enjoy it that much? I love moaning while sucking dick just like I love when my partner moans while eating me out. It's so hot. I moan when giving head. But that's because I can get off while giving head. Making my man feel amazing makes me happy. Oral fetishes, man. It's where it's at. The daddy kink. I tolerate it, but shit, does it ever kill my boner? As a girl with a daddy kink, I'm sorry for all your killed boners. To each their own. It's just super fucking awkward when me and her smash after I have met her father. Having a vivid imagination sucks ass. Just dress like him. Take a wig, shave your head and come to her like this. She will stop. Please do not repeat that in Alabama. Asians. The first time I saw an Asian outside porn movie was when I was like 15 years old or something. Wait, hold up. Women who would be sincerely into dominating a guy, telling him what to do. Just kidding, I still haven't found one. But I'm holding out hope. I'm a dom and accidentally dated a dom girl, lol. It didn't work out due to sexual differences, but she was literally the only straight sexually dominant woman I've ever met. You wouldn't have expected it of her either. Being from a deeply religious Asian background, standing all of 5 foot 1 inch tall and being initially very shy. Giving a girl the kind of orgasms that make her say, "I love you," only to immediately backpedal and say, "That's not what I meant." Women that love giving blowjobs. Giving a woman an anal orgasm sure only happened once. That look in her eyes of, "My God, is this really happening?" In a good way, will live with me forever. Sticking multiple fingers in. I was massaging my GF's vagina at first, and then she asked if I wanted to go inside. I was weirdly surprised by the fact that I managed to get in one finger, let alone 3, lol. Then she told me to go to deeper, and I stood there with a dopey expression thinking, whoa, my hand is literally inside another human, huh? While she was having the time of her life. It was super hot seeing her enjoy it though. Sex. We got a comedian here. Yeah, I was the smart ass in sex ed that asked, are we going to practice anything we learn in this unit? Quote, my health teacher killed me with most of you. Probably. You. Probably not. LMAO, I'm dying, send hell. Squirting was the big one for me. I literally never thought it was a real thing because it just seemed like the most obviously fake thing I had ever seen in porn next to the so-called lesbians. But sure enough, the last 6 sexual partners I've had have been squirters and did it nearly every time we had sex. Also, women being into really hardcore degradation, like choking, gagging and being abused until they're crying. It's not something that actively gets me off, but I have had partners who are into it, and really understanding what makes someone enjoy it and that it's all enjoyable for them makes it a bit more pleasurable on my end. I could not believe it when I had my first squirter. What a glorious and messy experience. Lol. Met a chick on one of the apps. We went out for coffee. Coffee turned into back to my place to listen to music. Before I know it, she's taking my pants off and telling me to go in my bedroom. As here she comes in with her bag. Turns out it is full of lube, dildos, and one of those electric plug-in giant massager things. Hitachi? And she just asks, is this okay? Gets naked, starts blowing me and jamming her devices everywhere in herself and lead to some pretty ridiculous sex. We end up getting Chinese food afterwards. She ends up leaving. Calls me an hour later crying in hysterics saying she was in a car accident. I'm naturally concerned. She says she blacked out and reveals to me she's bipolar and has a sex addiction and she can't see me anymore. 10 out of 10 would do again. Now this sounds like an adventure. Being called daddy. Like, we were both virgins. She had never even been kissed or had a boyfriend before me. I gotta say, I like it. I just read every single comment on here. Why am I like this? Same lol. The overly exaggerated moaning. That just means they're trying to be nice. Foot jobs. I've only seen them in porn and they just never seemed hot. Never once felt that I needed to try that. Then one night, a girl I'm hooking up with puts both her feet on my dick and starts stroking. Didn't really do anything for me, but she seemed to enjoy it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. Eating a bitch out and giving a bitch a foot massage ain't even the same fucking thing. Women who are into slapping or other more abusive treatment in bed. I had an ex who liked being slapped and spit on. And nothing turtles the penis more than an art major calling you daddy while asking you to hit her in the face. I'm a construction worker and wives, MILFs, and straight up an animal of a person will aggressively make advances on you, no care in the world. I'm a big guy, 6 feet, pretty good looking too, but some of those women scared me. There is nothing that I doubt exists or has existed. However, I never thought I'd be one to actually come in a chick's eye. On purpose, or by her request. First accidentally, then totally not by her request, only occasionally because I'm a gentleman. Dirty talk actually being sexy. Facials. I had only one ex-girlfriend who took it, and it was the best relationship I ever had. Nothing hotter than nutting on a pretty face. Sadly, she loved it too much and from multiple sources. No other ex-girlfriend wanted anything to do with it. Cum sluts. Had a GF who would legit get angry if I didn't cum inside or let her swallow it. Hot, so I didn't mind, but never thought there were actually girls who had a fetish for cum like that. Perfect skin. Fisting. I truly thought that wasn't real. But it is very, very real, folks. I doubt porn uses CGI. Everything is practical effects. Now I'm just imaging someone going to a photo of a naked chicken taking a cropped out fisting, jiggling it around and moaning into the computer mic. The female orgasm, monsieur. Bold of you to assume it exists in porn. When I was 19, I was a long-haired, shy agoraphobic guy. So I would go to a small hairdresser's to get my hair cut in an effort to avoid the crowds. The woman who cut my hair was an older woman. Maybe late 40s or early 50s. She was kind of a hippie. No kids. No husband. Believed in spiritual crystals and that kind of stoner shit. Slightly alternative. In front of others she treated me normally, but when we were alone she would often caress my shoulders during cutting my hair, and later on would get my opinion on clothes she would try on. She would occasionally flirt, but I was shy at the time and wasn't sure how I felt about it. It all seemed so surreal, and I wasn't willing to make a move in case I had read the situation wrong. I wasn't even sure I wanted to. Nowadays I have a bit of a thing for MILFs, and looking back on things has made me realize that yeah, she wasn't the younger guys and trying to fuck me. I'll never 100% know. But I never saw her do anything like that with any other person she cut the hair of. So I guess older women who want young men exist. Porn moans. I was with a girl after college and she started making the most ridiculous porn moans while I was doing little more than kissing her neck and breasts. At one point, I had to stop and ask her about it, because it was seriously making me soft as a bag of marshmallows. She said her last BF was really into it, but was pretty insecure. On a whim, I asked if she wanted me to go down on her, and I reassured her that she should make noise whenever she wanted to. Not for me. It was very hot. It started pin drop silent, and then I could hear every breath and gasp as she enjoyed it. As it began to build, she actually got louder and louder, but it was completely different to the porn moans from earlier. She was actually trying to not be so loud, so hearing her give in and actually moan started to drive me wild. After a fantastic, leg-shaking orgasm, I got on top, and we had amazing sex. I was actually surprised how much I liked taking a former porn moaner to an actual moaner. Somewhat ironically, if I do stumble across a super mainstream porn scene, it reminds me of that woman, and makes me very aroused. I always thought of lounge room sex to be a made-up scenario. In my mind, sex was always a bedroom thing. Or a bathroom thing too. Butt plugs. I thought it only existed in porn, till I experienced the satisfaction from it. Have to say, ass licking and eating each other's asses. I always imagined those asses to be cleaned with all kinds of chemicals and soaps to even be an average appetizer. I was shocked to hear people I know do this. Mas ok, monsieur. I met a girl in my late teens who wanted me to bite her neck and breasts so hard. While having sex, I thought my teeth were going to sink in her skin. I was on vacation in a group tour which stopped in her town. The affair lasted 3 days. She came to say goodbye the last day, and I was ashamed cause her neck was black and blue from the bites. Incest uncle, 0 tenths would not recommend. Maybe the guilt. BDS, monsieur. I was quite surprised when my wife asked about spanking. I really thought squirting was just a porn thing until I did it for the first time. Honestly, People constantly going through the motions of sex purely for the enjoyment of others, deriving no satisfaction from it themselves. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.